Hi, here is Teacher Len from Impact Circle with today's featured question. Here goes. Ravi had some marbles in three different colors: red, blue, and green. 256 of the marbles were red, 15% of the marbles were blue, and there were 46 fewer green marbles than blue marbles. Okay, so to solve this problem, we draw a simple ratio table. We know that the total for red, blue, and green has to be 100%. And we are told that there are 256 red marbles, 15% of the marbles are blue, and instead of writing 15%, I actually like to write 15U. Okay? And we are told that there are 46 fewer green marbles than blue marbles. So normally I will write it as 15U minus 46. The reason why I use U instead of percent is because whenever there's a percentage question, it is likely that the 100% is going to change. And so if we use percent from the start, this might cause confusion in the later part of the question when the 100% is no longer 100% anymore. Okay, we know that the total of the red, blue, and green will make up 100U. But we know that the blue and the green are 15U and 15U minus 46 respectively. This means that the rest have to be red. And that means that the red would be 70U plus 46. Okay? If we add up 70U plus 15U plus 15U, that will give us 100U. And the plus 46 and minus 46 balances out to become 0. Okay? So this tells us that 70U plus 46 will be equals to 256 marbles. Okay? Subtracting 46 from both sides, we will get 70U equals to 256 minus 46, which is 210. And now dividing by 70 on both sides, we will get 1U equals to 210 divided by 70, which will be 3. This means that every unit will be 3 marbles. And because the total marbles that Ravi had is 100U, this means that the actual number of marbles he had would be 300. And this would be the answer to part A. Now, moving on to part B, it says Ravi bought some more blue marbles. The total number of marbles he had increased by 25%. Okay, so because we are told that only the blue marbles have been increased, that means that the red and the green have to remain the same. Okay, and because the total number of marbles increased by 25%, this means that at the end, from 100U, the marbles would increase to 125U. Okay? And all of this increase, which is 25U increase, would be due to the increase in the blue marbles. This means that at the end, the blue marbles would be 40U. Okay? So it is not necessary, in fact, to find the red and the green, because all we are asked is what is the percentage of the marbles that were blue at the end. So we know that the percentage of marbles that were blue at the end would be the number of marbles that were blue divided by the new total multiplied by 100%. Okay? Okay, so doing some simplification, we can actually divide the top and the bottom by U, which cancels out the U. We can divide the top and the bottom by 25, which would be 4 on top and 5 below. And we can divide again the top and the bottom by 5, which will give us 1 below and 8 on top. This means that the result would be 8 times 4, which is 32%. And this will be the answer for part B. Now, it seems like this problem can be easily solved. However, we are told that there is some issue with the problem. So, what is it? If we can find the answer, what is the issue? So, it turns out that because 1u is 3, and we look very closely at the green marbles, okay, 15u will give us 15 multiplied by 3, which is 45. And that means that the number of green marbles is actually a negative number, which in the real world cannot happen. So this is actually the problem with this question. The teachers forgot to check whether the answer that comes out from it is reasonable in the scenario of the problem. So this is a good reminder to all of us teachers that we need to be able to really check every aspect of the question to figure out whether it makes sense in real life. Thank you very much, and that's all we have for today. Bye.